Alright, it is kind of later in the same day, but it's actually past midnight. So technically later the next day. This is way later than when I normally record anything. So because of that, we got me switching to this shittier audio setup that that took me way too long to figure out. Yeah, and the voice quality is just gonna be what it is. There might even be some annoying loud bangs, and if I ever accidentally pull this up or push it down without noticing, then the audio balancing is gonna be what it is. Can't do much about it. Other than to not record at this time, of course. But I have neighbors, so I can't be too loud at this time of day. I actually don't know how thick these walls are, basically. That's my main problem is that I don't know how loud I can be without people hearing me. So hopefully anyone can any nice complaints, but I do want to start this case. I'm curious. The Forgotten Turnabout. Yes, I am recording it, good. But I'll be absolutely certain. From here on out, let the council begin. Otherwise the PRC. Let our members discuss this matter with a clear conscience of the goddess of law. Today's deliberations shall be about Malset's aptitude and ability as prosecutor, something like that. Good chance it's not actually just in court talking. Who are you? Oh, why are you wearing that raincoat? Yeah, that's problematic. Kay was the silhouette, so I was curious about that as well. Didn't expect a Kay to. Ah! It's a really nice looking tower. I like this design a lot. And it's not okay, now that's. I'm sure she's not dead, but oh boy. Okay. That's certainly an intro. April 5th, I forget when the last case took place. I mean, it's still really soon because March 14th was when it was the first case of investigations 1. I know that. And there's a week or two later that it ended basically. And this game took place right after that. Almost this time RL as well. We're like a couple of weeks off on April 5th, 2019. And the game canonically takes place in 2019. Know that. In case do they know anything about Patabenke or not? Let's see. Calm down, you're getting dust everywhere. Why do I need to remember to be quiet? I've already cleaned up this room 3 times this morning. Well, now you'll need to do it a 4th time. Your way to come, sir. Why did they actually take your badge? Okay, was that a flash forward or who knows? A decision has not yet been made. But it looks like it's pretty much decided. Don't you remember what Judge Courtney said? Right, some thoughts I had about the last case, by the way. In 3 hours maybe since I last recorded. I forget how long it's been. A few hours. That case really actually, despite seeming semi-disconnected from most of the canon, in a sense it's the most influential of all cases as far as the rest of the lore goes, because without that case, Gregory would have never died. Meaning that, well, without that case, Von Karma would have never kind of struck on his record, meaning that Gregory would have never died, meaning that Edgeworth would have never been adopted, meaning that Edgeworth would have also never become a prosecutor, meaning that Phoenix would have never become a lawyer, and also meaning that the police would have never conducted Misty Faye. Obviously, spoiler alert about previous games right now. The police would have never used Misty Faye's help to solve Gregory's death. meaning that Misty Faye would have never left the home, meaning that Mia would have never become a prosecutor. I think she left to become a defense attorney when to provide money, right? Maybe I forget the details. No, neither Edgeworth nor Mia would have been in Dahlia's first case, and Dahlia would have probably gotten away with it then. Not the first, the second. Dahlia is confusing as shit. So Dahlia would have probably gotten away with her suit, as would have most people will generally. Von Karma would have never been caught, and Francisca would have probably never had any type of character development on that. Any type of. Again, definitely a spoiler alert right now. Since Mia would have never again taken that case, Diego would have never gotten poisoned. Diego would have probably never met Mia either, but he would have never gotten poisoned. Very likely. Additionally, spoiler alert. Unless I'm forgetting, Blackwell would have still been. Blackwell would have been found guilty. However, and he would have been executed. Yes. So really, shit would have gone off the railing. It's a thought I had. Don't you remember what Judge Courtney said? I'm being too loud, aren't I? The entire point of this was that I could be more quiet and still be audible. Prosecutor Edgeworth, the PIC has you in its sights. They will receive a report on everything you did here today, and you will most likely be required to appear before them. I don't know what type of real-life equivalents there would be to the PIC. I know the Bar Association is obviously a very real thing, at least in the US. I'm sure that there's equivalents in other countries. I don't know the name. I have been ordered to attend the meeting. That is all. I hate this, sir. I won't be able to work with you anymore. As a detective, perhaps you should welcome this turn of events. You would no longer have to work with such a troublesome prosecutor as myself. Well, why would you say something like that, sir? Deck's moving way too slowly. Basically reading as it appears. The problem is with the PIC and their false accusations. Mr. Oh boy, I forgot to move the screen back. Mr. Edgeworth, don't tell me you actually want to become a defense attorney. What the fuck did I press? No, apparently I have. Oh, I see. Because you can't do that. Being a prosecutor is exactly what makes you Prosecutor Edgeworth, sir. A defense attorney, huh? I became a prosecutor because of the incident where I lost my father. Kind of what I just said. However, the reason I became interested in the legal world was because my father, who passed away, had been a defense attorney. To fight crime as a prosecutor, or to save people as a defense attorney. I keep forgetting to bring my voice down. I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. Hey, listen, sir. I don't like this one bit. There's no need for you to be so pessimistic. Maybe my replacement will be more lenient during your salary assessments. I see. That way, I can eat more than just instant noodles every day. But what am I saying? That's not the point here. He was actually imagining it. We're busy right now. Come back later, pal. Well, they didn't give a shit. They look a lot like, what's her face? McBird. The pale voice made this better not to have anything to do with the fucking hockey clinic. Painting Mr. Edgeworth? Is that Mr. Miles Edgeworth here? I'm gonna figure her voice out eventually. There's a very limited amount of things I can do with a feminine voice. Mr. Edgeworth is busy right now. He's busy now. I'll listen to what we have to say later, pal. This isn't good. This isn't good. Your face has become all red. Definitely look like Maggie. Like a lot. I forget Maggie's character design. I don't. A red face. A red face. Like I said, well, we're kind of busy right now, so I got it. Yeah, but tell me, this character right now. Something hates or something I feel first. The one that says. Okay, I have an idea about what to do with her voice. This skull is running injection stat. Please wrap your sleeves. Let's see. Oh, no, I'm perfectly healthy. Oh my dear babe. I'm so sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Don't even know what doing with that. My name is Karen Tinson. I was able to do the first two cases really well, with giving everyone a different voice. Then the third case started to struggle, and now I'm just clueless. Clueless. Young Hospital. The Young Hospital. You registered nerds. Luckily I'll figure your voice out. Not a we. Still a fucking signal alarm coming out. I'm sorry, but nobody here is sick. You must have the wrong room. Are you Mr. Miles Edgeworth? You have such great wrinkles between your brow. Could it be lupus? This calls for an injection. It's not lupus, just tell me what business you have with me. Ah, yes, actually there's someone who would like to see you. Please wait a moment, I got him here right now. What do I do with her voice? Oh no, she's too generic right now, she's just a nurse, energetic nurse. She left, sir. I wonder who she's going to bring. I could just give her kind of a generic voice, but I'm sure she's not just a 2-minute character. They wouldn't give her a spot like that. If she's bringing someone from the hospital, could it be a patient, sir? Maybe it's someone who was traumatized. Oh god, it's Kay. Oh lordy. Was traumatized by her harsh words. What is that supposed to mean? Say, why do you glare at me like that? It feels like you have a heart attack. You could send someone to that hospital with that. Kay. Break up her leg? Oh no. Is it really that bad? I'm just being my normal self though. No, I can't relate my... if my face is just red in the resting position, I end up looking grumpy as shit. Right. So I do try to make a habit of smiling a lot. Which is easy to be honest. It doesn't take too much to make me smile. So I don't have to fake it or anything, that's nice. Depends on who I am, I guess. Sorry about the wait. We're not giving you fucking case voice. That doesn't make any sense. Sorry about the wait. Well, what do you think? What do you mean? What do you think? I guess that gave it a hurry down. Ends up looking like a nun a little bit. Oof. What do I think? Do you not recognize me? Now that you mention it, I feel like I've met her before. She lost her memory. Oh lordy. Hang on, does this music have... Does it have any of her leitmotif? Leitmotif, I believe it's pronounced. don't think we've heard this song yet. This body. Yeah, it totally has her leitmotif in it. Keep calling it leitmotif. Light doesn't make sense pronunciation for that. This card, your name was written on it. Unless the game is going for trick where she's actually not gay. She has to be gay. Same eye color and rough hair length. How to adjust that? The poster doesn't really match with gay's mannerisms, but they are also injured. Do you know who I am? Miss Stadsworth. Maybe you really did send to the hospital. Of course not. Is this... No, it's supposed to be here, yes. I'll make sure. Of course not. But this is your business card, sir. It clearly says Prosecutor Stadsworth. So they're allowing us to understand who she is right from the get-go. They're not really hiding anything. They make the silhouette be about... They make the silhouette for the case be gay and show us Kay falling. It almost seemed like an assassination attempt on Kay, but surely not by the killer, because surely the killer wouldn't fail that fucking hard. That's true. Where the fuck is his voice going now? I'm terribly sorry. I am, well... I just gave you something that works. What did it do for you? The drill, this girl suffers from memory loss. You're just gonna be generic right now. Memory loss? Yes, that seems to be the case. Where was it recently that I saw something about memory loss? There was some story with memory loss that I saw recently. What was it? Specifically memory loss like this. This type of memory loss seems to be really common in writing, but something I intend to look up, but I always forget to do is if this actually happens, because I'm having serious trouble believing that somebody could lose memories of who they are, but not know how the language works and how the world works. Like, how would you... I understand that different things might be stored in different parts of your brain, but the chance that you specifically forget your identity and things related to it, but not, again, how the language works, how maybe systems of government work. it seems too specific to be in anything but stories. Who knows? Yes, that seems to be the case. Okay, I'm really invested into this case already. Her parents should be quite sick right now. This Mrs. Face keeps making me think that she's gonna be a throwaway character, because she hardly emotes anything that matches the tone right now, although it might just have to do with being professional. It's nothing with Hottie. That's my one thing mad. They probably haven't been able to sleep. I doubt they got in more than 8 hours. There's not plenty of sleep. Recently I didn't sleep. Recently I've been sleeping like 12 to 14 hours per accident. I'll go to bed at like 11 PM and I'll wake up at like 2 PM. No matter what time I go to sleep, it seems like I wake up at 2 PM recently. Like I'll go to sleep at 7 AM, I'll wake up at 2 PM, I go to sleep at midnight, I wake up at 2 PM. No matter what. Kind of annoying actually. I've never had an alarm set at 2 PM in my life, I don't think. So it's not like it's just the time my brain to be used to. Anyway. Let's see. It sounds horrible. But it's alright now. I'm almost finished up with high school right now. Right now it's the finals, and because of that I hardly have school. You know, just weeks of empty time, and then high school. And I have to study for some of the subjects, but not all of them. Like, I didn't study for English. There's absolutely nothing I have to study with English. Like, the only part with English that I have trouble with is pronunciation, and that's not asking the finals. Since she has that business card, she must have been an acquaintance of Mr. Edgeworth's. Only got math left at this point, and math is something I'm pretty damn good at. Philosophy, I kind of fucked that one up. That's only partially my fault. I started having hallucinations midway through the exam, and I could not focus. Like 1.5 hours into the exam, I started falling asleep and having hallucinations. I didn't manage to sleep the night before at all, basically. So I went to it with no sleep, and yeah, I'd like fall asleep for 5 to 10 minutes at a time, and then whenever I tried to focus on something, I either fall asleep without having hallucinations, was not good. The first 1.5 hours, things went well. I bought an essay and all that. Answered the question about the fuck are they called? Fallacies, the argument fallacies. That's the one. Then I tried to start another essay question, and that was the next 1.5 hours. The 2 hours was me trying to write a single fucking sentence. The next 2 hours before I managed to write like 2 sentences. It's so hard to focus on anything. I managed to focus on thinking like for 10-15 seconds, and then I'd be either asleep or saying shit, and then I'd forget my train of thought. So yeah, I just quit 3.5 hours in because I hadn't accomplished anything for the last 2 hours. It's a bit unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't impact me too much whether I pass high school or not. I go there to study, not for the exam results. Just leave her to us, pal. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed, we might be able to verify her identity at least. Would you really do that for me? First, I'd like to tell us everything that you know. That might be a lot. That's all, Mr. Edgeworth. You have nothing to worry about now, miss. Good grief. In a sense, I kind of... Okay. It'll obviously depend on how the rest of the case goes, but right now, on first thoughts, I wish they hadn't shown us the K as the silhouette and K falling, because that makes it incredibly clear that she is K. No, unless she's not. Like, in that case, if we have a reveal where she's actually not K, then the intro is far more excusable. There's some means to mislead us into thinking she's K. But I think showing her and not telling us that she's gay would be more interesting if she is and ends up being gay. Again, depends on where the story will go. But still, where do we begin? What should I ask her first? Miss, do you remember your name? My name? I'm terribly sorry. She's been like this ever since yesterday, you know? She gives me the same vibes as Delicious Scones. Has the same problem of unavoidability as her. She found her yesterday. Was she not wearing her clothes? They're pretty fucking distinct. Wow, that's amazing. How'd you know? Oh, what a tiresome woman. I'm not enjoying her either. Her hair isn't symmetrical and it bothers me. Like, it's near symmetrical, but it's not. The right side's clearly longer. It's an unsymmetrical bowl cut. I found her stumbling around late last night, so I took her in. You don't get cake first, goddammit me. I went there to help her outside, like to her things. So that's how you found my business card. Did she have anything else with her? Like, not Little Thief? Maybe it was stolen from her. Because if she had Little Thief on her, that'd be an instant recognition. Nothing to reveal her name and address, but she was playing this when I found it. It's an unusual design, don't you think? Okay, so I can immediately clarify this. What? This badge is? What? You're the Colossus. That means it couldn't be. Are you okay? Okay. Okay, so now that they thank fuck have had that idea, that makes me think that she's not gonna be okay. Although maybe, who knows? Like now they're I know how to think. But usually whatever the first thing that these games tell you is gonna be wrong. Whatever they tell you, it's a lie or wrong in some way or another. So if the game is saying that she's gay, then is she not gay? I am gay. Gay? Don't you remember me? I mean, you always call me Gummy, pal. Gummy? Like that pose reminds me of Justine Courtney, like a lot. I wanna look up what color Justine Courtney's eyes were, but I don't wanna spoil myself on this. The mannerism right now is more... The lack of a little thief is very interesting. No. No, there's no way it's you, Callisto. That'd be nice. I would call one my elder something so rude. Okay, this pose is pretty great. I'm so sorry for the horrible thing I did. I feel like my heart is going to burst from guilt. I guess they're not behaving at all like Kay. Just what happened to you, pal? You become so sensitive. If you're this sensitive and delicate and frail, you're not even Kay anymore. You're someone else, pal. Fucking damn it, Comshaw. I won't shoot her for a detective if you say that. It's almost sounds like Kay isn't sensitive or delicate at all. So I can't deny there's some truth to what he says. What sort of person was I before I lost my memory? Well, for starters, his name was Kay Faraday. A cheerful, full of spirit and vigor, and a great thief. Great thief? Yes, to put it frankly. A great thief steals valuables from people whose store was unsafe. Steal? I caused so much trouble for others. I'm so sorry. I never imagined I would be a criminal. Maybe my memory was a retribution for my crimes. No, you didn't actually. Oh, this is so much messed up, sir. Okay, this case is definitely being really interesting right now. Wait, that sort of makes sense now. Okay, well, you couldn't fucking show this first. Okay, that's really further evidence that she's gay. Also, why the fuck do you have an idea of what a thief might wear? And how does that match a thief's outfit? Come on now. So, but little thief is not with her, huh? Is that what people are after? Who knows? These colors and stuff, they look just like what a thief might wear. I'll never figure her voice out, and I'm gonna keep mentioning it, and me mentioning it's gonna be another painful. Oh, those clothes! Yes, he was wearing them when I found her. I had her chains, her gloves, so I'm holding them to them for now. I don't have any character like that I could use as your psyche either. Something appeared to be stuck on her gloves. Is this the killer's card? Perhaps it has something to do with Kay's memory loss? I'll send it down to that later and have them check it out, sir. Good. I will be counting on you, Detective Commissioner. Something actually new. Don't like this pin though. It's a very nice pin. Oopsie daisy, where the fuck is the mouse? Okay. At any rate, these really look like a thief's ghost, don't they? What was that nurse's eye color? I need to check that as well. I'm a criminal. It's true, you are a great thief, but never once did you commit a crime. I'm just on the suspicion of this person not being gay, just because that'd be a really interesting plot twist. I'm gonna be checking everyone's eye colors from here on out. It's true that you were a great thief, but never once did you commit a crime. That alone, I can assure you. Is that so? It's probably better if I don't press this issue any further. In case we don't get the chance to do it later, let's present things right now in case we don't get the chance later. Is that a badge for protecting someone? Like a badge worn by a hero of justice, right? No, this is called a Prosecutor's badge. Okay, that's more like it for memory loss. Actually forgetting things other than just your identity. I think that what you're referring to would be a defense to his badge, right? I wonder... The fuck is Maya's eye color? I mean, they were wearing case clothes, so... If they're not gay, then somebody would have almost deliberately set this up. To make them think that they're gay. But that'd be stunning. I wonder, this badge makes me feel really nostalgic. As if someone really dear to me showed it to me a lot. Like we're basically confirming that they know somebody. Somebody who has a badge. And now that I have that Maya idea in my head, I can't drop that. I think I'm gonna start to change those settings setups a moment, please. I have my computer set up on a shelf so that I can easily swap between standing and sitting. It's very convenient. Is this chair usually taller? Maybe not. Sorry for any audio spikes. The bandits on the finger coming apart is pretty nice touch. I think it's coming apart, right? Yeah, totally. No, maybe I did. Yes. Yes. Kay's father was a prosecutor. Right. Okay, I mean, perhaps little bits of her childhood memories still remain. I feel like, since they're shoving it down our throats, I feel like we've all... If she is Kate, then we've already established it enough to where they don't need to be further pushing it. Who knows? Do you like badges, Mr. Edgeworth? Not particularly. But you're always carrying around badges. It's just a part of my job, and this badge is also a piece of evidence. I see. So you carry around things that you don't like in order to drain and strengthen your spirit. This is a good pause. That's the only case I think of that ridiculous pose. It doesn't really work with my facial structure, obviously. That is just clearly wrong. Chills, alright. I'm really sorry for not remembering you. What kind of relationship did we have? Well, that's rather difficult to explain. Okay, you were Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Oh my, so then a prosecutor is the kinsman of a great thief? Kingpin... I've heard that voice like once or twice, maybe. Don't remember what that means. Hang on, where's the header camera? Hang on, let me deal with directions here. Like this, maybe? The room's a bit dirty right now. Gonna have to deal with it. Oh, no, that's not what I meant, pal. The last time I met Kay was the day before yesterday. Just what did she do from then up until now? Miss Jensen, was the bad's the only thing this girl had on her? She did have some other things. She did have some other things, but I don't think they'll be very helpful though. Oh, I don't mind. Please show them to me. Well, might be too much of Maggie Bird, said her name earlier. Well then, I'll give it to you one by one. Okay. Jamming Ninja. There's a Jamming Ninja mask. Maybe she went on a superhero show or something. We know that Kay is a fan of the Jamming Ninja. This seems to be a letter addressed to Kay. This is a ticket stub, and this is a flower made of cloth. Like the ones you usually see in restrooms. Where? Where in the world? Flowers in restrooms? Hang on, what? Fake flowers in restrooms. Well, excuse me. The corsage. It's used primarily as an accessory for women. Well, that's everything. Did you find anything out? Also, even if you didn't think they were useful, why would you not just present them anyways? Not really. They were just things, a bunch of random things. They really seem to be hammering down to that it's gay. Like, overkill. It makes me suspicious, but I'm not so suspicious of everything in these games. At least I try to be. I'll have to look them over in more detail later. But over-theorizing things is actually kind of good practice for writing. And I've been right a bunch of times with my crackpot theories off a bunch of times too. Like saying that Ray and Mr. Master was swapped bases or something like that. For the time or something like that. Because if your ideas are not right, then well, you've written something new. Later jotted down in my organizer. Ticket stub data jotted down in my organizer. Purple flower data jotted down in my organizer. Holy fuck. Corsage. They mentioned the name, Corsage. They specified. They didn't just go into purple flower, they wanna specify the name. I mean, that name is gonna come up in some point. At some point, probably. Oh, this is horrible. Kay's lost her memory. This is a weird chunk choice. How do we get her back to normal? Calm down, detective. I have already thought of something. Oh, that's what I expected of Mr. Edgeworth. So, what did you find out, sir? Look at this ticket stub. I should look at that too. I know Edgeworth is part of to us, but Grand Tower viewing platform. At the mid 1. I don't know what that means. Student $6. I mean, she's in the age, but is she a student? No refunds, valid only on date of issue. Wait, no, it's the 5th of 4. I remember that. 1928. Is the no refunds gonna be relevant? Oh, it's a ticket for the viewing platform on the Grand Tower. The Grand Tower. Miss Nurse, do you know something about the Grand Tower? It's a really nice looking tower though. I like the mixture of architecture types. I don't know what the word is. Of course I know, it's a super famous dating spot after all. Let me just sit like that. They say if a couple holds if a couple holds hands up there, they will be together forever. time is from the ticket is from yesterday. Moreover, it's only valid on the day of the issue. Since she only had to stop, she must have used it, right? It looks like it's been ripped from the right. If that's relevant at all, it probably is, considering it's a detail that they put in. What is the tiny text that's written on it? I'm not gonna zoom it on like this. It's just a grand tower or something like that, it doesn't matter. And it's very likely. Well then, let's go. What now, sir? The cause of Guy's memory loss is hidden in her actions. But what about the PRC? It's still too early for me to be summoned there. So should I give it to you then? That is what I would prefer. Okay, you're fine with that, right? Ah, yes please. Thank you very much. Very much. Well, I had to get back to work, so if anything happens, please contact the Young Hospital. It's not a hot clinic, thank fuck for that. If you guys need an injection, I'll be there anytime, any place. Hopefully not. Hopefully I won't ever have to watch you again. Because I still haven't figured your name out. Voice out. Yes, I understand. I don't think I will call her for an injection though. Well then, let's go, detective. And you too, okay? Yes, sir. Thank you for helping me. I didn't check that fucking nurse's eye colors. I mean, there's no reason for that nurse to be gay. That's stupid. But everyone else gotta be careful. Maya and Justin Courtney are not amazing. Suspect. The eye color. According to the pamphlet, she's probably just gonna be gay, but I'm gonna keep being suspicious of that until they get their memory back, to be honest. According to the pamphlet, this building is 50 stories tall. This is mostly filled with officers, though. Only the viewing platform is open to the public. It's a really curvy road right here. Here you go, sir. I just got this at the reception desk. Good, thank you. Cross-section of the tower and overhead view platform. Let's check about the details. Well then, let us head inside immediately. Not immediately. 3 is gonna be relevant. Viewing platform. What is on the right? Like this smooch on top of that little tower thing. I never that called them. Oh lordy. Cherry tree candy stand. Oh fuck, who's the candy vendor? But was whoever at work that stand wearing a red raincoat again? Okay. The Grand Tower is collapsing! What? This is the kid from the last case. They were in... said something about the curator, I don't remember... the Miss Kate, I don't remember anything about what they said, but they said something about Kate. They were viewing one of their sculptures. The kid with the horns or... whatever. No, you can't. Please stop, please. I beg of you. I gotta figure out the child's voice. Well, especially once I get to see him close. Okay, they're a cow. Okay, there's just a cow kid. Okay, this is what we're doing. Oh, it's no good. Unless I drink fresh milk, my thoughts just won't reach. How to do a cow kid voice? What's wrong, pal? Did something happen at the Grand Tower? Okay. They're filming and nobody said anything. Cut. Okay. Is that Penny Nichols? Oh god, that's Penny Nichols. Penny Nichols, yes, that's the lead name. How old is she now? Penny Nichols from the third case of the first game. I remember that shirt. Mainly because I didn't understand the colors in her shirt. It seemed like it should be a shirt with 2 colors, but there was also a third color. That was kind of there every now and again. It didn't make any sense. It's like her shirt was shiny. Like her shirt was made of shiny plastic, or shiny reflective plastic or something. Excuse me, we're sort of in the middle of shooting a movie and I'm gonna have to be caught a lot of voices right now about it. I suspected as much. We're sorry for any trouble we've caused you. Did everything come true? Oh, I'm so sorry, pal. I really thought the tower was gonna collapse or something. Whatever. Hey, director, I'm taking a break. Oh, that kid. I'm sorry, I'm really, really sorry. Well, really, it looks like the tower's collapse was prevented somehow. Explain all this to curiosity is now would take more time than it's worth. Well then, we shall get going. Was that just an Eastern egg, or is Penny gonna be an extra character? I think I've maybe looked up her sprite once, maybe. In which case, if she was in this game for anything more than an Easter egg, people have probably seen her. I will have probably seen her. If not. Current overview in platform. Lots of pretty colors here, goodness. I just trace what I figured. Okay, so it's some type of cloud thing, but for some reason it's also in the map. Whoa, what a view! I bet I can see my house from here. Been ages since I've been in a total tower. The wind! It's been strong up here. Everything should be fine as long as you stay close to me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. If you start to blow away, one of us will be sure to catch you. It's not as if she is a kite. I feel like I've heard kite being used as an insult once and I don't actually remember what the hell it was supposed to mean in that context. Okay, do you recognize this place? I don't know. Was I really here? Maybe if I get her to talk a bit, it'll help jog her memory. I mean, her personality isn't exactly Maya-like, I gotta say. Or, I mean, closest to Justine, but still not really. Okay, just tell me whatever you remember. Anything will do. Okay, but I don't know how much help I'll be. It's an interesting use of the shot. Did I really come to a place like this? Heavens, dear or tear? Heavenly cotton candy. It's so high up and the wind is so strong. It's frightening. Yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable up here either. Our high school is pretty fucking scary in that, it's, well, a 5-story stall plus basement, but 5-story stall and, it's a giant spiral staircase up that, so you can look up from the top floor all the way to the bottom floor. Part of the basement. There's of course a high railing there, but the railing has seen better days. The school is over 100 years old. It's older than the country, actually. You can see a lot of patch fix work that's been done on it. And lots of people just lean on it casually. The dumbest thing people do all the time for some reason is they like lean on it like this, so that over here is the void. Being too loud again. And they'll use their phones like this, so that if their phone would happen to fall, it would fall down multiple stories. And for some reason people decide to use their phones like this. I don't know why people do it. Lean on the railing like that while using their phones, but they do. I don't think they're not there either. They're just doing it. I just can't remember. I can't remember anything at all. I'm sorry. Just as I thought. It's impossible. That's an interesting testimony. That's a very different testimony. Memory isn't clear at all, huh? I'm sorry. It's a bit pathetic, isn't it? You're both going out of your way for me, but I'm not helping at all. You're doing just fine. You have a memory lost after all. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm medical agent here, sir. Normally, you have this really intense and kind of scary look on your face. You're not helping, detective. The fuck do you mean, rebuttal?
Hold it!
Investigate stuff prove that you were indeed here. But I really don't remember coming here at all. I don't think I would want to come to a place like this. Indeed. It's so high up and the wind is so strong. It's frightening.
Hold it!
You used to love places like this, though. Was that really me? We're so high up. Just looking down makes me dizzy. I'm sure that Justin Courtney theory is going to be disproven very soon because she's bound to show up. There's yet to be a murder, so that's interesting. Kay's not allowed to be murdered, by the way. That's just a banned option for the wedding staff. I think these kind of places should be shut down. But if an elderly person or small child were to fall off, the rating here is quite high. I think your worries are unfounded. Is that so? I just can't remember. I can't remember anything at all. That kid earlier is really interesting though.
Hold it!
What's their deal? They keep appearing now. You say you don't remember anything at all. In that case, is there anything that looks familiar? Looks familiar? That cherry tree. Well, it might just look like a cherry tree then. What about the cherry tree? I was standing under that cherry tree. That's right, I was taking shelter from the rain because it was raining then. Was it? We can confirm that. And then I saw something red. That is lining up right now with what I saw earlier. She was under the cherry tree when it was rained. And from there she saw something red. Is something wrong? It's nothing. Could you add that last part to your story? But from under the cherry tree, I feel like I saw something red. A red... what exactly? A red something, what? It was something red. That's all I can remember about it. Speaking of things that are red here. Could it be that stand over here, there? Stand, red stand. Oh, that's right! I saw something walking towards me from the other side of that stand. And then what happened? So they were behind the stand, call that one. And then, I'm sorry. It's alright, simply add everything you just said to your story. That's not how testimony works, especially outside of a court.
Hold it!
By that stand, do you mean the stand directly behind you? Yes, from behind that red stand, someone came walking towards me. I saw it from under the tree, under the cherry tree. You've been saying that you saw someone. Does that mean you didn't see their face, or was it a person you didn't know? I'm sorry, that much I don't know. So someone came walking towards her from behind the red stand, and she saw that from beneath the cherry tree. I'm sorry, just as I thought, it's impossible. Presuming that it's gay, even if not, seeing that makes me very sad, to be honest. Is there nothing else that comes to mind? It doesn't have to be related to the cases. Even if it's not related, well... I remember that the stand there was selling cotton candy. She's gonna be blamed for murder, isn't she? I just realized that she's gonna be blamed for murder. If you're hungry, you should just say so. I'll make sure I'll buy one for you later, pal. Thank you very much. I look forward to it. There's not much I can do unless I can draw out more information from her. For now, I'll press her for more details and see what I can find out. Now, I'm sure I pressed every single thing thus far. Am I gonna have to refresh the thing or present something? What did the letter say? Oh. Dear Kay, I promise that I'll Get it back for you, your most precious memory, Jill. Jill, I think that's a feminine name, but it's kind of just... what's the word? What is the word? Ambiguous. No, I forget the proper word. Ambidextrous? No. Definitely not ambidextrous. I was confident for like a second and I immediately realized the mistake. It's gonna bother me if I don't figure it out. Androgynous, thank fuck. Most precious memory, but in quotation marks. Very interesting. Okay, 4.
Hold it!
But it's the... There's nothing new. Let's look at the layout. I don't understand this. Like, is the objection that she can't see somebody from coming from there if she's on the territory or not? I can't tell if this stuff is in the way of seeing anything or not because I don't understand what it is. I really just don't understand this. It is the problem. How do I leave? There we go. Someone was missing it. Do we know if it was raining or not?
Hold it!
Did I press this? Is there nothing else to come to my... What? Surely it's not just...
Objection!
Yeah. I wonder if this rules ourselves. Can you cut your piece? Take a look at this piece of evidence. It's a man in red clothes. Wearing his eyes part. It's kind of scary. That's funny. Edgeworth is also wearing red. Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? Mr. Edgeworth, that's not worth to her testimony at all, sir. Indeed, there's no more case testimony again. The fuck am I overlooking here this time? Okay, in case I'm supposed to interpret this as it will be impossible, okay. Because I can't tell with this map. So, you're saying that someone came from behind the stand and walked directly towards you? Yes, somebody came right up to me. Then that someone must have been a ghost. Yeah, I couldn't understand if there was something in the way or not, because I said what was a pattern on the floor or what was a wall. No, it was a person, I'm sure of it. Right now, it looks perfectly fine right here, if that be the case. If this is where you were under this territory, then someone will behind the stand. Don't have any understand, don't I? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? I presume that behind the stand meant essentially inside the stand, like as in behind the counter of the stand. That's what I presumed. Instead, we're talking about behind the counter of the stand, aka inside the stand. They would have the stand. Can the stand wouldn't exist if somebody couldn't work there? Okay, I don't like this one at all. It's a horrible contradiction. Behind the stand makes me think of dust. Just anyway, besides, it's hard to judge the scale, so it looks like you might be able to stand in that sliver of area there. Eee. But I'm not lying. Someone in red was on the other side of that sand. Oh lordy. Oh boy. They were walking towards me. Getting closer and closer. And then that person. Ah! Oh good lord. Good lord. What's wrong? That was very extreme. Calm down, it's alright. Me and Mr. Edgeworth are both here for you, pal. I was pushed off. That person in red. Yes, they were wearing a red raincoat. Can we presume that that intro is accurate and that Kate most certainly did fall off from somewhere? Even if this person isn't Kate, that Kate most certainly did fall off somewhere. They probably just are Kate. Come on me. Someone in a red raincoat was walking in the middle. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the killer. There are plenty of ways to appear that you're walking in midair. And furthermore, they pushed her off this building. Nonsense. There's no way she could be alright after not falling from the building this time. Was she actually up the roof or was she on it somewhere else? Where could she fall off to? Thanks on the run. Please remain where you are. Somebody's dead, why isn't it? So. What's wrong, pal? I'm a detective. Tell me what's going on. Sir, a body was just discovered in this building, of course. A body? Who is the victim? We're going to investigate into the details, but the victim is a woman. We are verified that her name is Kay. Oh boy. What? What? As I said, not allowed. Case off the table for possible victims. How many people are going to be potential K Fridays in this case? That doesn't look. Haircut doesn't look too much. What the fuck is the haircut on the right? Go into a PIC meeting room. This room is. What this room happened to be? Yes, sir. It's the Prosecutor, your investigation committee meeting room. What? It's here? I had heard they recently moved out the Prosecutor's building. But I think that they moved here of all places. I got that impression from them. The start. Right, you, can't deal with your voice. Miss Edgeworth, Kay! Oh lordy. Good fucking grief. What brings you here? How are you holding up? It's just gonna be a generic woman's voice if possible. Wait a minute for an investigation right now. Sorry, but who might this be? This is my granny. Let me just. Hey there, Sammy. The name's Bonnie Young. Who the heck are you? She says. It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor. Miss Jensen isn't young at the name of. Granny is the director at the Young Hospital. This old lady is the director. Better than Hottie, come on. Who are you calling old? He says. She can read my thoughts. Did she not say that out loud? Oh, so that Granny's pretty important, huh? I wouldn't go that far. Okay, she doesn't think much of him. I mean, yes he is. These people are the patient's guard, you know, the ones with amnesia. Is this why she had so few sprites early on? It's because most of her sprites are actually going to be double sprites. Whatever that means. As she's here, she's really going to be alone. It seems she's a bit of an introvert. Oh lordy. Hey, Sonny, what particular basket of funnies for you? She says. So fucking bad eyes. I'm afraid that's an incurable disease for Mr. Edward, pal. What does that face remind me of right now? I forget. Eh? Really, Granny? You want me to say that? I can't just say to you, my personal purse. You're free to do whatever you want. You better not get in the way of my autopsy. Please wait, dear. No means no. Hey, you don't have the right to decide that, pal. Can we just see the victim, please? Bruh. Sorry, Granny is the coroner, you see. Coroner? And see, in that's the case, so ow! So I'm very sorry, but that's the way it is. What do you mean, that's the way it is, pal? Well, even if you ask me, I'm not the one who said it. I kinda feel like I'm watching a comedy act, sir. The actor very bizarrely. The fact that her head constantly goes kind of off screen is pretty great. Explains why she was so boring alone, though. It was just a quick temporary thing for her character. Well, we need to get back to the autopsy, so please excuse us and take care. What was with her attitude? We received permission to investigate. There shouldn't be any problems. Until testing caught in your eyes. That attitude of hers is a huge problem, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do now? We'll investigate the scene, of course. As a prosecutor, I couldn't stand by and do nothing. They look to have brown hair, so... Yes. So, I'm sure that Kay Faraday isn't dead, but just the fact that we have a letter to Kay is gonna be relevant. Well then, let's begin. But the policewoman said the dead person's name was Kay. Then I'm pretty sure I'm not the Kay that you know, Mr. Edgeworth. We shall investigate that now, but don't worry. There's no question that you are the Kay I know. Okay. An amnesia Kay and a corpse Kay. Only one more Kay and we'll... No. Both are connected to the Grand Tower. I'm certain that this case will lead me to the case lost memories. But while she's missing gumshoe there. Is that a different sprite from the first game? I think there's a different sprite from the first game. So what the hell did I have the controls bound to? That's a good question. Can we look at this? Find the right button. It's half of a large round table with 11 chairs. It's in to be based off a certain legend. Wait. I know that one, sir. It's the famous Knights of the Round Table. Huh? Was I wrong? Knights of the Round Table? Knights of the Kneel? Knights who say knee? What? He's getting colder. But I won't do anything. I've read the Round Table story when I was much younger. I don't remember it being a half table though. Also, that looks really uncomfortable, like you'd have to... How would you walk to your seat? Like you'd have to either sit down and then shuffle over, or jump over the damn table or something. Like, there's no walking space between the chair and the table. Seems like a design flaw. One fun thing about that story is that there's a witch named Morgan Fay in the story. Well, something that these games have obviously referenced. There's rows and rows of books. The soul and officer is kind of scary, sir. Well, that's where the play name comes from. Scary? I would think that the books foster a feeling of familiarity. Actually, I once got in a lot of trouble for running through this library at full speed, sir. But this isn't a library, so light trucks should be fine, right? We're both jogging. If I don't make sure to stop him, he might actually do it. Boy, we were both jogging just a second ago. Is that Manfred von Karma there? Probably not. What are all these pictures of then? The hell is that? Oh wow, this is ours running. It just emulator lag. Yes, can I help with something? This is an amazing room. There are large boxes filled with books. A stone sculpture and sparkling windows. She doesn't know there was bookshelf. Oh boy. It seems you have also forgotten the names of objects. Okay, that's, I guess, more realistic. Maybe. This might be helpful for recovering your memories. Just repeat after me. Bookcase. Broken safe. Oh boy. Stained glass. Stolen kits. Books on the lawn. Crooks on the lamb. Statue of the goddess. Snatched looked of the great thief. All of her mistakes biased it. Are all her mistakes biased towards a certain way? I guess I'm not sure I've ever seen the word biased in that form written down. I can maybe present to her. The person in the red raincoat really was there. The freakout sprite was not easy to look at. The hardest to look at the thing in the franchise would have to be from Dual Destinies towards the end. I'm not gonna spoil it. Actually, just like skip forward 40 seconds or something. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I'm not talking about the bloody scene, but the one with the defendant from Case 5 absolutely freaking out. Blacking out. That animation is really well done. Oops, daisy. Oh fuck, it's supposed to be up here or here. Fuck me. Here. Are you sure that they were talking towards you from the walking behind the stand? That's right. They walked straight up to me. There must be some evidence. Maybe that person left footprints behind. In the air. Yeah, I'm sorry to believe that they are okay. There's no coin behind the stand, so no one could have walked there. Then was that person a ghost? There are no such things as ghosts. Oh. Is this one of those so-called contradictions? I don't think we've told her that word yet. We did skip the part where we walked out of this building. I was carrying this white. I don't remember anything about it though. So you really don't remember? Not even a little bit? Well... maybe I just grabbed it without thinking. Due to the shock of losing my memories. You know, like they say, grasping at straws. What's wrong? You have an awfully serious look on your face. I won't be able to do this voice the next time, by the way. I can only do this because I've been talking for hours and my throat is absolutely done. It's happening unintentionally. I want to tell you to be silent, but you should think before talking. I see. I will keep that in mind. I was carrying this white. I don't remember anything about it though. So you really don't remember? Not even a little bit? I feel like Edward needed one more sprite to be a bit more remorseful or something. I was constantly smug for this scenario. Well, maybe I just grabbed it without... Oh. I'm terribly sorry. I'm sure it's gonna be all the same for the rest. Okay, until just a few days ago, you were calling yourself my assistant. That's an accurate way of saying it. You were calling yourself my assistant. Looking at me, is there anything you remember? Things I remember, huh? Well, yes, just one thing. It's gonna be about your fucking forehead, isn't it? Maybe. Mr. Edgeworth, on the viewing platform above us. Oh. You pointed at me and... Yes. With a really scary face, you interrogated me. That was 2 minutes ago. That happened just a few minutes ago. Oh, okay. Does the tale of Mr. Edgeworth patching you for contradictions your only memory? It must be scary, pal. Hopeless. The end of the world, pal. I should show this detective what true terror is. Oops, Daisy. It's my bad. Okay, before you lost your memories, you got along well with Detective Gumshoe. Just looking at me help you remember anything, pal? Do I remember anything? I know. For a while now, Mr. Edgeworth has been getting on your case. That's not a memory, it's just a pleasant part of my daily life. Pleasant part? Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, so Detective Gumshoe thinks it's pleasant. It seems I'll have to get on his case even more from now on. And I'll be honest, the one on the left almost reminds me of Dahlia, although there's no reason for her to be here. Is that blood? I see. Why is there a fucking wall here? Terrible place. Are those gates, I guess? Terrible place for it, that's what I tell. Well, this is Lady Justice. You sure do know a lot, sir. So, what type of powers does she have? She's the symbol of justice, not a superhero. It's said that the scales represent justice. Scales? Oh, right, scales. That scale, not not the fishy scales. The sword, power, and the blindfold, equality. Is she wearing a blindfold there? I can tell. Standing on a book, and this rocks maybe. I wonder if still until inspected every suspicious looking carry. That's a relatively symmetrical bloodstain. The pool of blood lies at the feet of the goddess statue. There's multiple suspicious things here. Judging from the pool of blood, it seems that this was where the victim was killed. But sir, the body's over there. After murdering the victim, did the killer move the body? This is a really huge statue. Why's in a place like this? She's known as the goddess of justice. You might call it a statue for judging something. It seems this statue was also made by Pierre Hockett. Oh, you made the victim of the AAI2 incident. I checked over. Setting aside his background and personality, he really was a brilliant sculpture. Well, they do say that the artists are geniuses or weirdos. I suppose Larry would fall into the latter category. Is there more left? There's no option to swap to another one. Usually we don't get zoom-ins like this for this little. And we can do this to make extra sure. Yep, we got everything. Unusually little. But alright, I'll take it. If things had gone as planned, I would have been standing here right about now. Was I supposed to be here? It was, right, maybe. Yes, sir. I'm glad that the PIC meeting was delayed, but the cause of the delay was due to murder. It's troubling to think that the PIC meeting could condemn my career as a prosecutor. In any case, my top priority right now is to find the truth behind this case. Can't examine that. So what do you have to say? You there, tell me about the situation about the situation about the security of this room. Yes, sir. To enter this room, a special keycard is required. I see. In other words, not just anyone can enter this room. That's logic, right? I think whenever it shows green text, that means that we're about to get logic. So, the person who found the body was also... Yes, he was a member of the PIC who had come here for today's hearing. A member of the PIC. It was for this case, right now I would be... Justine? Excuse me. Maybe. Oh. Oh, Francisca is gonna be in this case. I was trying to think that Francisca's not gonna be in this game. You are? Oh yes, what is it? I gave my headcanon Francisca voice to fuck's her face? The animal tamer miss. Although I modified it a bit. Because I didn't expect her to be in this game. Just because she was so much in the first game, and I'll be honest, she wasn't the greatest part of the first game. Kind of flanderized if I... No, she never was that thief to begin with. That's right, it's my karma, right? Do you know her, Granny? Good to see you again, Doctor. I'm gonna need to remember her voice. I have a headcanon voice for her. And you as well, mine, Edward. What is she doing here? She's not a member of the PIC, right? She's not... She doesn't even operate primarily in America. She's a prosecutor working with the Interpol and the daughter of Manfred von Karma. She should be jetting around the world right now. Wherever there is a case, I will follow. National borders mean nothing before me. Your presence here must mean that this case has international significance. You know well enough that I'm changing a smuggling ring. I shall recover all the stolen goods and crush that organization. Then, does that mean the smuggling ring is involved in this particular case? Any further information is confidential. I am not obligated to speak of it with you. Right, I'm forgetting to do the V's properly. So, it won't be that easy. Are we gonna have to become her partner? Miss Francisca von Karma? Granny says... Oh, Jeffy, the autopsy is complete. Jeffy, so what do you want? That was not her voice. The autopsy is complete. You're free to do what you want. The smug eyes is pretty great. I can't do that, obviously, my... In that case, we would like to investigate as well. I first room is about you. No manuality on it near the body. You're not going to get the horse. About to get the boat. You better run home now, silly. Just say no. I wasn't the one who said that, okay? Please. Please, Granny. We need to investigate, no matter what. Probably like 2 right now. Let's see who you're calling Granny. I'm sorry. We're not getting anywhere. I guess I have no other choice. Francisco, please allow us to aid you in your investigation. We must examine that body in order to find out whatever became. It's okay, Faraday. I'm asking you too, sir. Case it will bad shape. I don't know what's going on. But fine, I'll grant you permission. You have my thanks. That was it this time around. Of course, I didn't say it would come without a price. You will explain everything to me later. We really owe you one, sir. I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy. Yes. So that's how it is. If you would be so kind as to authorize them to, Doctor. I suppose it's fine if he's with a prosecutor from Interpol. Is what he says, and I fully agree with Granny. And by the Van Carmening, the entire world will be judged. That's just common knowledge. That's rather considered for common knowledge. Well, it's not my beast box anymore. Anymore? Interesting. Is what she says. I hope you don't get in trouble for this. You needn't worry. My reputation will not be shaken by something so petty. Unlike me, who is on the verge of losing his badge. What is on the ground there? They were hiding it. Saprani? Yes, what is it? Francisco, I would like to take a look at this. I'll ask just in case. What is that? It's my prosecutor's badge. And that is all. You should be relieved. You felt pain, right? What do you mean by that? Fools can't catch colds, so I thought they wouldn't feel pain either. That doesn't really translate. That's I'm not sure what the hell it originated from, but that's more of a Japanese thing. You know, fools can't be able to catch colds. Well, let me get a drink. I'm sorry for the audio disgust. There's a mute. You gotta keep in mind that there is a mute button I can use. Miles Edgeworth, unlike you, I'm actually busy. I didn't have time to look at something like that. Why don't you just look at that evidence again by yourself? She's certainly as harsh as ever. Francisco, why are you here when you're supposed to be working with Interpol? Curious, are you? But it's confidential. I have no obligation to tell you. Her response was as I expected. More importantly, shouldn't there be a prosecutor in charge of this murder case? That's gotta be fucking the best. I don't know who it is, but I was hoping it wouldn't be someone completely useless. They're not even here yet. They're late. Just what is that fool doing? Keep pocketing all of these. Yark! I'm not doing this, sir. Okay, the last two yelps for Gumshoe have been pretty nailed on. Hopefully that'll come through well with the from the mic. I wouldn't think it's very commendable to just whip people at random. You're about to get whipped too. I swing, therefore I whip. That's my philosophy. I will whip anyone who slacks off on their work. So there you get unseen prosecutor in charge. I hereby offer you my sympathies in advance. I mean, more than likely they gotta be the best. But maybe not, maybe they're not change it up. For whatever reason. I still don't know what the best and just encoding what they point they serve in the story, especially the best. Just for they're not there just to be a joke character. They won't be in multiple cases otherwise. It's half of a large. Excuse my ass. Of the body. Well, it's certainly not came for them. Okay, there's the flower. They're holding something as well, and that's a nose of some kind. 3 bullets, or 3 pointed something. The wound matches up with the thing on the floor, obviously. That's isn't there? And there's some sort of white gloves there. Lots of blood on the head. This body. It's not Case, sir. It doesn't look like her at all. Of course it isn't. Case alive after all. Her age is, I'd guess, somewhere around 30, and she's wearing a pantsuit. What the fuck is that? We're googling that right now, in case of. Pantsuit. Definition. I better not have messed up with the recording. No. A trouser suit. Fuck me in the ass. I don't know what a trouser suit is either. Okay, one of those. You're wearing a suit and pants that are the same color, I see. Maybe she worked at one of the offices in this building. So, her identity is still unknown. The question now becomes, why did the police believe her name was Kane? I won't rest to investigate every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Hadn't heard him say that in a while. He might have said it earlier, to be honest. This is a moment ago. Could this be the murder weapon, sir? A three-pronged candelabra. It's consistent with the number of stab wounds. I think they expected me to look at the wound first. She was probably stabbed by the prongs of the candelabra. Call it a fucking candelabra. Fair enough. A candelabra? I'm afraid it's not quite what you're imagining, detective. A candelabra is a candlestick holder with multiple arms. Oh, so it's a candle holder. You know, one time I forgot to pay my electric bill and I had to get by with only with candles. What time period are you from? Speaking of which, I should check my electric bill. I'm gonna put this right here as a reminder. I can put trash in front of my computer. That's usually how I mark that I had to remember something. Put upside down too. On its side. Now that covers a bit of the screen. It's fine. There doesn't seem to be anything in this pocket. What the fucking pocket? This pocket has holes in it, sir. Judging by how the cloth was pierced, she must have been stabbed by some sharp object. All your coins would fall out of those holes, sir. Detective, haven't you ever heard of a wallet? Of course I have, sir. I just use my pockets, though. Most people do, right? For coins, sure. I've never seen a wallet that doesn't have a hole at the bottom of it. I don't know how you keep coins in a wallet. Well, sure, but they all have like these holes in the bottom for them that'll help them bend, right? And all of the other slots in them are too small for coins. I just don't use coins. I have a drawer of coins that I've accumulated over the years from change. I just never use them. So now I have like a drawer with lots of coins in it. It's not nearly full or anything like that. It's not even half full, but it's a lot of coins. I'll say that. I haven't used cash in ages though. So I'm not accumulating anymore. Never mind. But I would keep it in my pocket. Because if I ever use cash, the coins as cash, then I just bring the exact amount I'm going to be using. Something seems to be pinned to her jacket. It's made out of purple cloth. Yeah, we know it's a fucking flower. It looks like it's been forcibly torn off, doesn't it? Gotta be more quiet. I thought they can hear me. There's a burn mark on her hand. Oh, that's not a shadow. Yeah, that's a bad mark. That. Is it connected to the cause of death? No, it appears to be an old scar. She probably got it a long time ago. There's about a 0% chance that this is somebody we will not know, right? Seems there's something in her hand. Oh, there seems something in her hand. Detective, could you open her hand for me? Yes, sir. Understood. This is... Oh, I know. This must be a gift card from a department store, for fuck's sake. Oh. Okay, didn't need it. It seems to be a key card. Well, why? The question is, what was this key card for? Indeed. I mean, surely for getting into the room. Oh, the deuce wasn't an option before. Let's quickly nail that. The logic is usually really easy. These games. Usually. Not always. In the first case I had Santa World. Perhaps the keycard the victim is holding is for this room. I'll go and find out, sir. Mr. Edgeworth. From this room's security system, we were able to retrieve the date of the victim's card. So that means the victim was able to freely enter this room. Is the card actually belong to the victim, of course? Yes, of course. I'm glad to see her in this game. Because I did want to voice her really bad. My full headcanon voice for her though is actually never mind. Never know that story. Wait, was that it? The fuck did you kick me out for? And there's a notebook. Oh, is that case promise notebook? This is the notebook she wrote all her promises to father in. It really takes me back, sir. Oh boy. Did I just bring to the mic, oh boy? Yes. Case promises to daddy. Promise one, never takes things from a stranger. Never go anywhere with a stranger. When Kay was young, she and her father wrote the promises they made in this notebook. Well, yeah, her father didn't necessarily go up all of them. Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never crying for the strangers, always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. However, I'm always in a place like this. That's very interesting. So is that the only reason they think that this person is K. However, there's that note from jail to K that partly concerns this person. They concerns some K. So is there any other reason to think that this person is K other than K's notebook? Who knows? Oh, not to mention it, I once heard something from Detective Bat a long time ago. Oh. It seems that before anyone had noticed, K's memento had gone missing. Was that mentioned in the last game? Or is this just a retcon thing? What? So it's a piece of evidence in police that was a piece of evidence that was in police custody went missing. This is a really random piece of evidence of steal. This is interesting. Detective Pat frantically searched all over for it, but it seems he never found it. What could this mean? Why was the missing notebook found here? And why would anyone steal this of all things? You there, do you happen to know anything about this notebook? The victim was carrying this notebook when we found her. Carrying? That was the only evidence we had to identify the body. So that's why I called her Kane. For the misleading victim, huh? Why does she have K's notebook? I sure would like to have some information on the victim's identity though. Okay, well, let's look at other things before we do this. There's some blood on her forehead. Maybe she was hit by something. We don't know that for sure. My investigation will ultimately clear that up. Maybe they fell, but didn't fall all the way to the ground, but instead were like caught at the window or something. I feel like something like that had to have happened. If Kay fell from the top floor, she wouldn't have fallen all the way. But instead to a different window or something. Pushing like that. So what's the gloves? The left side of her white jacket has been stained with a deep red. This jacket, the buttons are now on the right side. This is relevant, interesting. Is that normal, so all my gloves have buttons on the right side? For a woman, it's normal to have them on the left side. Can't say I would have known about that. God damn it. I can't say I would have known about that at all. Mr. Edgeworth, you already doing all everything. I mean, I don't think I'd often, top of my memory, remember where my buttons are. Most use slippers. Faster. That's just common knowledge. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. Pronunciation is starting to fall off. There's something white in her pocket. The gloves, pure white ones. What for its hands, sir? They don't seem to be dirty. Could they be the victims? Not in the evidence, that's interesting. Of course.
Eureka!
The purple flower Kay had with her. So they exchanged some items for some reason. I wonder if that originally belonged to the victim. Not to mention it, the glove does look the same as the one on the pin. Yes, so let's compare them without delay. It's a perfect match, sir. What do you call Mr. Edgeworth? Oh boy. What is absolutely done. The fact that this flower belongs to the victim means...
That can only mean that Kay Faraday came in contact with the victim. And about that corsage, it looks like it was forcibly ripped off. There is a possibility that Kay Faraday is connected to this case. And depending on the situation, we may have to consider her as a suspect. I called it.
What did you say? There's no way she did. It's unthinkable. They could never do that, sir. However, it's true that we have no evidence to deny that claim. Francisco has hardly met Kay. in the 5th case of the last game. And in the 4th case, sure, but that's different.
It's nothing more than a possibility at that moment. Isn't that right, minus its worth?
Indeed, for better or worse. Or for worse. Season jumping the gun as much as some other times, that's good. So, the victim's identity remains unknown.
Should you really still be calling me gay?
Of course. What are you saying, pal?
Thank you, but then what about that woman? See someone you may have killed. That's all we know.
There's no way that's true. What, Mr. Edgeworth?
I also do not believe you killed her. You're such a naive man, Miles Edgeworth.
Well, that voice. I can't figure it. Don't be afraid anymore. Praise Prosecutor is here today. If I'm gonna sing it, we're gonna do it with faster pace. Pardon the interruption. What's your eye color? I'm sure it's not gonna be a thing. Mr. Atchbot, get away from the victim. I haven't heard of her dying fish. I will ask for you.
Did you know the victim? Just as I had thought. The goddess of law will surely reveal the truth for us. So please rest in peace.
That's right, Justin. Now that I'm here, everything will be a-okay. The culprit will rue the day he crossed paths with Brah!
Miles Edgeworth, who is this fool of a man?
Why is she glaring at me?
You are Francisca von Karma, am I correct? I apologize for my late introduction. I am Justine Courtney.
Oh boy.
And the deceased individual is...
Done it, Jill Crane, one of the members of the Prosecutor Investigation Committee. Okay, so the message is from Jill. To who? Okay, so what's the note about her recovering case memory about that note? The case notebook, maybe? The promises thing. Things seem to line up. This was from Jill to Cape Verde, talking about case promise things. But how is that going to be relevant to the rest of the case? Who knows?
I see, so that's why she had the key card. I take it you are in charge of this case?
That's alright, and what may in charge this case is good as something. Ah.
That reminds me, I haven't got your name yet.
I just wanted to know my name, you didn't have to wait. Yeah.
Just state your name, I will not relate any unnecessary remarks.
Sebastian the Best.
It seems the pecking order has been decided. Mr. Sebastian the Best? Here, this is from Granny.
I didn't... This character is interesting, kind of. This is the autopsy report. It seems to be bested, Mr. Edgeworth.
This wasn't a competition to begin with. Those speaking bit too much, but...
My job is that we may meet again in front of another corpse.
Okay, let's go home and quickly, I need the noodles. I'll be leaving too. Take care, everybody.
I haven't done an older woman voice before, I don't think. Surprised it worked out as well. The victims had what was post-mortem. Good to know. I wasn't sure if they had a head wound or if they just had blood on her head.
Sebastian.
And I can't laugh without the feather blow. Estimated time of death is late last night. What is Courtney up to? What is it just then?
While I do appreciate your enthusiasm, perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle. That would be painful indeed. On your tongue?
Anyways, it's quite clear now. Cape Friday must be arrested. What? What's the big idea, pal?
It's just as he says, Detective. The culprit is Mr. K. Faraday, the young lady in bandages over there, although she's not wearing her usual attire.
You don't have green eyes, by the way.
Are you not Miss K. Faraday? And what would you do if she is gay, if you're going to arrest her? Then I will resist by any means necessary, that I can retain you. I am now convinced. The doubts surrounding your suitability as a prosecutor were indeed warranted. It is fine, Mr. Ashworth. You can go. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
For your sake, eh? You can't just go along. Along with the pal.
But I don't remember anything. What if I really did kill that woman and then forgot about it? If that's true. Acknowledgement is the goddess's mercy. Atonement is her will. The goddess of love will surely praise you for your prudence. Sebastian and Judge Courtney, if you believe she is the culprit, on what basis do you make your accusations? Unless I'm completely convinced of by your explanation, I will not obey your orders.
Fine, have it your way. Now sit tight and listen to the perfect version of the best. I'm the best in the world. No one else can do what I do. Yes, that's why I was the first to realize that Cape Friday is the culprit. They broke into the maiden room in order to steal something. In other words, she's the only one who could have killed Miss Crane. Fucking... This logic is awful ever, sir.
Harsh words coming from you, detective. I asked for some basis for your claims, not your reason. Yet your reasoning has told me absolutely nothing. However, we have no evidence to prove she didn't do it either. That's not... That's not how this works, Francisco.
Don't worry, Kay. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth will pull off a miracle.
You think my deductions are some kind of miracle work? Do you? You'd better not disappoint me, understand the mindset's worth. Because if you do, this whip of mine won't stay silent.
How the fuck do I even present against this? He just doesn't have a piece of logic here. I'm the best in the world. No one else can do what I can do. What I can do.
Well, already, I've noticed 2 contradictions in your testimony.
My reasoning is flawless. It doesn't contain even a single contradiction.
The number of contradictions just has increased to 3.
Oh, I get it. It's just part of your plan to mislead me, isn't it? Well, too bad, because the best will not be led astray.
If you believe Kay is the culprit, then I would like to hear the basis for your reasoning.
Just sit back and invite it off back for the deductions. Nothing else gets the watchful eye of the best. Before I'd even had laid eyes on the crime scene, not before I was even aware of this case. Yes, I know she was the culprit.
Basis of your reasoning?
Yes, ma'am. Well... They broke into the meeting room in order to steal something upset, I see.
And what would that be? To steal something?
steal what exactly? That's,
What character tried to steal was a file. Its contents to be exact. An investigation report regarding Prosecutor Edgeworth. Do you have any evidence to prove she needed something like that?
does she not know about our past? Probably not.
I am not the one who needs to present evidence. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
Yes, I suppose that may be true.
That, at any rate, Sebastian, please continue your reasoning.
And otherwise, only one hook that killed Mrs. Gray.
Hold it!
What? That doesn't flow. Do you have any evidence to prove that no one else but Kay could have committed the crime? Nope.
Sebastian, let me tell you what it would be the best for you to do. Look into any other possible suspects besides Kay. Right now, post haste.
The best thing for me to do? Look into any other possible suspects?
According to the preliminary reports, there were no traces of anyone else besides her.
Even so, isn't it too premature to declare that she is the culprit?
Declaring that she isn't so early into the investigation is a little premature as well, is it not?
If only I had evidence that could prove Kay's innocence. Good grief, there's a limit to how much you can falsely accuse someone. And there's the fact that the PIC doesn't give a shit about doing anything to Sebastian.
It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. No, you don't have to.
If you're not Kay, the truth will be revealed soon enough.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Kay couldn't have murdered Miss Crane. If I can just prove that, she will be cleared of suspicion. I can now see what this case is called the Forgotten Turnabout. Just made a connection. I'm the best in the world. I guess I can do what I can. What do we do? What do we have? I mean, she's saying that she's broke into, so you're saying she wouldn't have used the keycard. I may be missing something obvious, but
Objection!
no, it's just gonna be this. The fact that he just broke into the makes me think that she broke the door or something, or the window or something, so she wouldn't have needed a keycard. It certainly sounds like you're quite familiar with this room. The best man for the job should know all about the best places. Unfortunately, it seems that you are not the best man for the job. I am McAmey. That's for you to decide. You didn't even know about the keycard, did you? Of course I know about that. You need to enter this room. Huh? Was it really needed?
This fool simply doesn't know when to give up.
Ow! Sebastian, do you really suspect Kane? That's right, just the only one who could have done it. Well then, allow me to ask you. Since this room can only be entered by using a keycard, how did she enter the room without one? Well, she probably used this and that and Oh, did you pull a muscle? Allow me to explain then. The door could only be opened by members of the PRC, which means...
Yes, that's correct.
She conceded so easily.
Take a look at this. It's a record of this room that I investigated just a while ago.
Oh, that's not allowed. Reminds me of a Rise from the Ashes, obviously. At 12:52 a.m., the door was opened using Miss Crane's keycard. So, whoever these two ID cards belong to, they're the only people who could have entered, plus anyone who entered alongside them on the same door opening. Of course, you can exit the room without leaving a keycard record, right? Maybe? During which somebody could break in? Maybe. Oh, one of them is a PM, one of them is an AM. Wait. Yeah. That's still... They're about 2.5 hours apart, that's what they are. At 12:52 a.m., the door was opened using Miss Crane's keycard. The other one is obviously going to be relevant somehow. It's probable that the killer entered the room together with the victim, Miss Crane. After entering, the situation must have soured, leading to the murder. Your logic holds, but it's still a merely conjecture. And it would imply that the killer and the victim were acquainted. No way, pal. Kate doesn't even know the victim. Then we have evidence against that. That is merely an assumption that you are part, unless you have any evidence to prove your claim. No, Kay and Jill very likely know each other based on evidence. Evidence is everything. In court and at the crime scene. Without it, your argument is invalid. I don't think there's probably gonna be another person named Kay or something like that. Or maybe there's gonna be another person named Jill. Maybe there's gonna be somebody named Jill Kay. That'd be fucking confusing. In that case, I trust that you have evidence to prove that Kay Faraday and the victim were connected. Why, of course. Oh, what? This letter was discovered by Dr. Young and in Miss Crane's breast pocket. Never got hurt in the breast pocket. The victim's belongings. Why did she withhold such vital evidence until now? Could it be she was waiting for the perfect time to reveal it? Come to think of it. And the candelabra at the final blow, estimated that is last night. What is it just then? Well, I do appreciate your enthusiasm. Perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle. I'll read it for you. To Miss Crane. Thank you so much for helping with my plan. I'm glad that we can help each other. I'm glad that we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Please get the events for 12 years ago. Okay. Having one character to imitate the other is really hard. In other words, Kay Faraday and Miss Crane were accomplices. They probably planned to steal something from this room. 12 years ago. Was that the case for the last game? I don't remember how many years ago it was. But preposterous. Oh, easy to check. She was 13 at the time, right? Maybe 14. 12 years ago. That's way earlier. Wow. Wait, hold on to a bit, hang on. We don't have a separate one for K. Wait, what? That doesn't seem right. K is 2 years younger than Franziska. Eh? That doesn't make any fucking sense. There's no way that Kay was only 2 years younger than Franziska in the flashback that we had in case 4. In that it seemed like... I mean, I didn't check their ages, but it seemed to me like Kay would have been like 6, while Franziska would be like 13 or something. No, we know that Franziska became a prosecutor at the age of 13, and she was almost a prosecutor in which case she was 12 as the youngest. Right? 12 or 13 is what she would have been that. There's no way Kay was only 11. There's no way Kay was 11 in that case. She looked more like 6 to 8. She looked almost as young as young Pearl, goodness. To be fair, Pearl also looks like she's 6 to me, but she's just like 9.
Wait, that means the male culprit is...
It's still Kay Faraday, of course. It just means her crimes have increased by yet one more.
I'm the main culprit.
Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. There's gonna be somebody else named Kim Snake. 12 years ago, she would have been 5. Then look at the victim. Her hair is supposed to be symmetrical, fuck. So, there's just an error in this point. Same just came.
Don't believe her, Kay. It's all a bunch of nonsense. There's no way Kay could do something like that.
Nonsense, not at all. The evidence speaks for itself, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, I knew that they wouldn't suspect Kay unless they had some sort of proof, but... to think that they would actually have such decisive evidence.
Nicely done, Justin. Thank you very much.
Hold it!
Your explanation is still insufficient. I cannot accept such an argument.
Sebastian, would you please leave this to me? Alright, make sure you start Mr. Ashworth up once and for all.
I can't allow their allegations to gain any more momentum. I must turn it around here.
The relationship between Kay Faraday and Miss Crane is as documented in the letter. She wrote Mrs. Crane into assisting her with her plan. Roped is an interesting word. However, for some reason, their partnership broke down. Miss Crane was murdered, and with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Retaliate? Oh. Her parting gift is this letter, which she tucked safely in her breast pocket. Left breast pocket. But that got... No, right. She would have been stabbed, and you're saying that she got stabbed and then she put it in her pocket. And she would have had to put it in her pocket after she got stabbed.
Her testimony even better than ever. Made the most perfect I've ever seen, sir.
Francisco's gonna take exception to that.
Are you gonna be alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course. How unsightly, Miles Edgeworth. Save your stoic act for some other time.
Miss Karma, just whose side are you on?
I'm on nobody's side, Scruffy. When searching for the truth, it's best not to take sides.
What's what you say, Miss Von Karma? Or else Mr. The Best is gonna...
The best, you say? Well, I can tell you that the side I'm on is always the
How irritating.
Well, I suppose that's one thing we can agree on.
The letter from Kay.
The relationship
between Kay Faraday and Miss Crane is as documented in the letter.
Hold it!
And just what kind of relationship did Kay have with the victim?
In the letter she wrote... Oh, hang... No, never mind, I was about to say something stupid. There you go.
Thank you so much for helping with my plan. Their relationship should be quite obvious. That's right. She roped out Miss Crane into assisting her with her plan.
Hold it!
I would like to hear about Kay's alleged plan in more detail.
Just as she wrote in the letter, she wanted to steal something.
What's more, the sender of the letter is Kay Faraday, so it's obvious who the main culprit is. It doesn't say Faraday.
That letter could have easily been forged. It doesn't prove that she can't steal anything.
If memory serves me right. Wasn't she a great thief?
She's taking a break at the moment.
I doubt there's any thief who would inform a prosecutor about their upcoming crimes. Perhaps he simply returned to their trade without you knowing.
I suppose I have no means of denying that possibility.
Kay Faraday planned the theft and Miss Crane got caught up in it. However, for some reason, their partnership broke down.
Hold it!
Is the Lady Justice there scarred? For some reason, you say? Okay, this is the site. The gun. It seems your explanation isn't very clear.
I'm sure the reason will become clear upon further investigation. There is no evidence to prove that Kay Faraday did not commit this crime.
Objection!
Well, there is some evidence to suggest that she did commit a crime. None of it can truly be called decisive evidence.
Alba rule!
What about the letter that shows her complicity and the scene of the crime? I think it's fair to say we cannot decisively rule out the possibility that she committed the crime. Miss Crane was murdered, but with her dying breath she managed to retaliate.
Do you have any evidence to prove that Kay was the murderer? Did we not just ask this?
Have it up it listening. We're a bit saying that this letter is the evidence.
No, and where in the letter does it say that she planned to murder the victim?
That's I get it. It's a header message with an invisible ink that can all be read by hitting it up.
Sebastian, I won't get your hopes up for something like that. There is, of course, evidence that points to her as the criminal.
That's probably the dumbest thing he's said thus far.
Her parting gift is this letter, which she tucked safely buried in her breast pocket.
Hold it!
Keep missing the word left.
Which searched the victim's left breast pocket as well, but...
You found nothing, I presume?
Not already. The office of found the letter and mailed it to the best man of the scene.
The letter was safely tucked away in her left breast pocket, right above her heart. I believe this letter carries the Miss Crane's will for the criminal to be arrested.
Jill Crane, what's the point in that anyways?
I have no interest in your beliefs. What I'm interested in is the truth. You said that the letter was in her left breast pocket of the victim, was correct?
And she said that she put it there in her last breath, meaning that after she was stabbed. Because if it had been there earlier, it would have been stabbed by the candelabra. But she's specifically saying that she put it there in her last breath.
After getting it, I swear by the goddess of law, there are no lies or mistakes in my statement. The letter was indeed discovered inside the victim's left breast pocket.
The victim had been stabbed in the left chest area where the letter was hidden. This may very well have been put an imposing tool. I don't think that Kay wrote the letter. But unless I can draw out more information here, that thought means nothing. They could do a handwriting analysis if they have enough information on that. I don't think the old handwriting would be enough. For example, that. I should start by pressing her for more details.
her dying breath makes me think that you're saying that she put it there after she was stabbed, which is what makes sense for it to not be stabbed, but...
Objection!
I guess that's what we're going with. I just interpreted it as her saying that she put it there post-stab.
The victim held onto the truth until their dying breath. A truly touching story indeed.
The voices of the dead are soft. One must listen carefully to hear their dying wishes. And Miss Green has spoken. Kay Verferde is the culprit.
Perhaps the voices you have been hearing are actually the whispers of the devil.
Hi, don't make fun of Justin!
Let's listen to the voice of reason. Judge Courtney, please take a look at the autopsy report.
There is no need, I remember it perfectly. The victim was stabbed in the left breast.
No, it can't be. The letter was found in the victim's left breast pocket.
And that's where the victim was stabbed with the candelabra, right, sir?
Precisely. It wouldn't have been possible to stab her there without piercing the letter as well.
Was Commissioner actually on the same page before? About the same time as Courtney?
So, that begs the question, why was the letter found in the victim's pocket? It's simple, it was placed there after the victim was murdered to throw suspicion onto Kane. Somebody intentionally wanted to create this very situation. In other words, there exists the possibility that the letter was forged by the true culprit. No! The real murderer tried to pin the crime on Kane. That is the only explanation for the letter.
And in doing so, the murderer ended up taking their own graves, right, sir? The culprit's grave, Friday. The letter was... yeah, it was actually found in the victim's other pocket. Bitch, don't try. Huh? What is the same, pal? The officer's report was wrong when he said that the letter was in her left pocket. It's actually in there. The fucking blood matches.
A foolish fool who continues to make a fool of himself. Is there no cure for your foolishness?
Well, you keep whipping me, and quit calling me a fool.
I saved you for the trouble of punishing yourself.
Indeed, though I had no intention of punishing him.
This is a very nice setup. We can't be blamed for the whippings and get to see him whipped.
The letter is stained with blood, no doubt because it was found in the left breast pocket.
I just now remembered why I thought that Francisca wouldn't be in the game, other than what I said thus far, which is that when there was a whip in the second case, they just called her Whip Lady, without saying her name. Made me think that I was gonna reference the character without actually bringing it up in this game.
There couldn't have been an error in the officer's report, unless you were the investigator.
Think something, Sting. Cornered as fuck.
I see you have no objections, then allow me to continue. There's one more potential suspect in this case.
The particular's the killer, and that's very wrong. There wasn't anyone else who did that besides Kay Friday and the victim.
To enter the meeting room, one needs a key card. And their reasoning assumes that the murderer and the victim entered the room together. This is what we overlooked. If we just discard that assumption, then... well, this evidence reveals the other suspects besides Kay.
Take that!
Judge Courtney, I'd like to take a look at this piece of evidence. Fuck.
That's not... I mean, it's not very direct evidence. What? Oh. I don't need to wait 12 for that. Understand. The other number.
This is the keycard record Judge Courtney handed me earlier. The victim's keycard was used at 12:52 AM. And there was one more person who also used the keycard.
So you're saying that this person was waiting to ambush the victim inside the meeting room. This keycard was used at 10:15 p.m. I wouldn't say it's possible.
Somebody arriving 2.5 hours earlier doesn't mean that they can't be a murderer. Come on now. That would just make it possibly premeditated. Maybe not. Is it hers? She knows who that is, I'm sure.
No, it is impossible.
What makes you say that, pal? You got any proof?
Of course I do. I myself am that proof.
I guess that much. It's her key card. That or she was with that person.
I was the one who used that keycard, after all. Well, that makes... kind of...
Should throw you off the case.
Is there something strange about a PSE member entering the PSE meeting room?
You straight up can't be handled in this case right now.
That proves nothing. The fact that you weren't here at all makes you a suspect. Or do you perhaps have any evidence that you didn't kill your colleague? Such nonsense. What would I gain by murdering her?
Objection!
Do not
Allow me to retaliate what you said earlier. I'm sure it will all become clear upon further investigation. Why would I, a faithful servant of the law, commit a crime? True enough, I entered this room. However, that alone is not reason enough to suspect me of a crime. If that's the case, please tell me why you entered this room. I had some business to take care of, and some preparations had to be made.
Preparations? That sounds pretty suspicious, pal. Oh, fuck off.
Unfortunately, I cannot disclose what these preparations were. However, I'm sure you could hazard a guess, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Since she was preparing for my hearing, she must have gathered all the necessary materials to take away my prosecutor's badge.
Who is that?
Almost make me think of Damon Gant, but who knows? It's not gonna be him.
What in the bloody blue fuck? What are you wearing?
Who is this Alba looking ass? No, really, his character design seems like a rip-off of Alba. The same, the hair up here is really the same. They also have a even longer beard. They have tons of medals. Is that like Alba's brother or something? Because I'm getting nothing but Alba vibes from this design. I'm gonna change the voice for him quite a few times, I'm sure. Oh, that takes me back. No. Yeah, it's Alba. That's Alba's thing. Definitely somehow connected. And then one day, it just disappeared. I hope he's still doing well. I have no idea what type of voice he needs. Ah, here come the fireworks.
Chairman the best.
Okay, explains something. Explains why the brat is not being investigated. High level corruption here.
Did she just say the best?
So, Prosecutor Best is somehow connected to Alba. Also, these two being up here in charge would explain what they might have against Edgeworth. Because these two is without a doubt connected to Quecos Alba. Same beard pulling, the same shape there with the hair, the medals, all that.
And did she just say the best?
Intentional. Look much younger than Alba.
Well, Courtney, you are full of it today. We're not doing that.
What the fuck kind of voice does fit to you? And how do I produce it? I can't tell if they're wearing a real beard or not. They're so skinny for an Eastern guy. I like the body makes them look like almost like a teen. By Ace Attorney standards. Usually guys have like Edgeworth with shoulders. There's music. And if it isn't little von Karma, look. And if it isn't little von Karma, look how much you've grown since I last saw you.
Sir, it has been quite a while.
A curtsy. A curtsy? You don't have to treat me like some little stranger, you know. They're sweating every time they're pulling their beard. I mean, that's Alba's sweating pose as well often. Not always. Also, no. Pulling it is his sweating pose. Doing this is his thinking pose. Remember the old days when you sit on my lap and call me Uncle Boo Boo? Here I go again. Oh, how I cried back then. Perhaps. What doing here? I remember this PIC was killed and I heard that you were in charge of the case. What kind of prosecutor is followed around by his own father? You two have way too similar voices. Hold your tongue. Do you have any idea who this man is? Chairman of the PIC, former chief prosecutor. He's the right hand of the goddess of law. Former chief prosecutor. Now, Courtney. I'm gonna need to figure out your age right now. Not yet there. I'm just an old chunk of coal. There's no way to think so highly of me.
Please excuse my subordinate's behavior. I am...
Prosecutor Edgeworth is dead. Along with his trust was decided to kick the commissioner. Hang on, why? Bruh. This dude sweats so much his goggles filled up. That's hilarious. I like that. It's a very interesting character design. His body feels so small somehow though. And Blaze the best. Blaze. I'm the proud father of that idiot over there. Okay, so he's not at least trying to pretend that he's smart. When that boy was born, me and the missus were as happy as can be, you see. Why is he crying so much he's filling those up? Wait, I kept thinking of that as sweat, but... because he's crying. But now, I don't even know where she's gone to. Perhaps I need a handkerchief. Oh yes, Sebastian's an idiot, but he's a good boy, you know. But he's a good boy, you know. Still in here, please? No? I have no idea what your age is. Quite a doting father and son. Well then, Courtney, how's the investigation going? I have zero idea what to do with choice. I can usually have this picture something in my head. Not right now. Sir, we've established that the culprit is Kay Faraday. We are currently focusing our efforts.
Objection!
There's too many uncertainties in this case. It's impossible to determine that she's the culprit. Surely you haven't forgotten the matter of the letter.
I already told you, it was just a simple mistake. The letter was in another book.
You talked your maths.
No, it's all been very nice. Everyone just calm down. Everyone just calm down. And that fucking hurts. I'm sorry that you had to witness such an unsightly scene, Mr. Chairman. Alba, what in the actual fuck would fit him? Don't apologize, Courtney. I can't follow everyone's logic. Except Sebastian's, that is. Hey, Bobs.
Chairman the best. I'm a prosecutor. My duty is to bring criminals to justice. However, I wouldn't make for someone out to be a criminal without sufficient motive or evidence.
I've heard about you and your relationships with the suspect, you know.
Oh, such a pure, strong bond. He has assisted the police in arresting criminals countless times, pal.
Not countless. You can definitely fit it in two hands. One hand. You can fit it in one hand. Now arguably 6 times.
There are too many facets of this case that remained unexplored.
I see. The bonds of youth are a wonderful thing indeed. We're totally not keeping this voice up. But that is that, and this is this, you know. Okay, he just burned some evidence or something. Blaze. That's gone.
What's that supposed to mean? The prosecutor's office needs to resolve this case as quickly as possible. I mean, just think of all the other cases we are piling up. There's no time to waste here. It's unfortunate, but you understand, right, Edgeworth?
Wrinkling his beard from tears is pretty great.
What?
Alba's son or something? Alba was really old.
No, then, okay, Freddy. I'd like to arrest you now.
Okay. They're wearing red. That does feel like it's worth pointing out.
No, I won't let you. Case innocent, pal.
To defy Chairman the best is to defy the law. It would be a grave act of his disloyalty. In other words, your hearing won't be needed. Are you prepared to lose your prosecutor's badge?
That's Mr. Edgeworth's badge. You can't do that.
Using a prosecutor's badge as a shield. Where does the PIC come to?
Kay, you haven't done anything wrong.
Mr. Edgeworth, it was only for a short time, but thank you for everything. I'm sorry, I turned out to be a criminal.
We will make sure to impart your confession to the goddess of law.
Oh boy, this case is getting my blood boiled up. What should I do? When I was young, I wanted to become a defense attorney, like my father. Someone who can fight to save those in need. And right now, this badge is holding me back. A mere badge for the life of a dear friend.
Right, I'm sure that Ray is gonna come back at some point, but is he gonna be in this case or the next case? If so, and why? When and why?
A mere badge for the life of a dear friend.
The fact that this is not the 5th case is interesting right now.
I don't even have to consider it.
Alright, farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
Hold it right there, Judge Courtney.
Oh, what is it now, Prosecutor Edgeworth? This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this?
Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor.
Mr. Edgeworth? What are you doing? Explain yourself, Miles Edgeworth. You can't be serious.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're joking, right? If you aren't the prosecutor, then My only mission is to bring the truth to light. If it's the Prosecutor's path to turn a blind eye to the truth, then that title is worth nothing to me.
It was actually getting proper character development in this game. His characterization in the first one wasn't particularly good.
I will walk in the path that I believe in. I will not be stopped here.
Now, I have played again 12 Destiny, so not completely unspoiled the game, from what you got from that.
You're running away from Von Karma. From me? No matter what you say, I don't intend to go back on my decision. So you're leaving me behind again. I'll never forgive you for this. No, this is all my fault. I'm sorry. If only I weren't here. Wait, Kay. Detective Gumshoe, don't follow me.
But, Mr. Edgeworth. Boss.
I'm not your boss anymore, Detective.
That's too much, sir. It's always been you and me. We've always been a team.
This is not the time to not be chasing.
Detective Gumshoe, you no longer need to follow my lead. You should try to accomplish whatever you can on your end.
Oh, this is bad. We just let a dangerous criminal escape.
How could I let her get away? And after all my hard work, you see.
Rest assured, Mr. Sterman. This area will be locked down immediately.
Good, I expect the best from you, Courtney.
We're not game with that voice. I just can't figure out what the fuck to do with this voice, yo.
It's a very interesting case right now.
Easily something that looking like it could be a case 5 material. But that applies to a lot of things. I mean, I'd even say that about the first game, the tutorial case felt like it could have been a final case. The third case could have felt like it could have been a final case. Not necessarily in everything, in all parts of it, but some of the setup, yes. The second case was good. It's very good, but probably the worst thus far of the three.
Kay, she's not here either. You shouldn't have fucking left to talk with Gumshoe. Where in the world could she have gone?
Okay, that's right. Knock knock, I'm here.
Mr. Shields.
What's going on, Miles? Why the long face? Take it from my away. You won't be popular with the ladies looking like that. Oh boy, this is weird.
Why are you here? Did something happen?
That's my line. Have you been seeing the news about the murder at the PRC headquarters? You're hearing. Wasn't it there today? I found myself wondering if you guys got caught up in it.
Wait, it's already made the news?
I heard they're searching for a teenage girl suspect of killing an attorney. I can't imagine it could have been her, but it has been bothering me. Could you give me a full rundown?
The truth is...
You... Miles, are you trying to give Frank away your heart to that guy? Somehow I knew the rest of the sentence the moment he said, Miles, are you?
I'm not joking, she really did lose her memory.
On top of that, she's a suspect. That makes things even more difficult. Pay what you have run after. She lost her memory, right?
I was hoping she would return here, but...
Unlikely. She felt responsible for what happened to you. Should have chased off after her immediately. And there's no way she could come back here.
I know that, but where else can I look?
The hospital, maybe, I don't...
Calm down.
Calm down, Miles. This isn't like you. It's bad to see you so heated up. Well, not that it's a bad thing. I don't remember this part of the song. I like that though. If you're trying this hard to save an innocent suspect from false charges, I'm sure you would make a great defense attorney.
Actually, just a while ago, I turned in my badge. But that doesn't mean I've decided to become a defense attorney. Besides, Kay isn't just a mere suspect. I mean, I've only known her for a short time, but we've been through quite a lot together. And I know she's incapable of murder.
I'm surprised. I never thought you would go as far as to support her, Miles. I don't know if you even realized it yourself, but it seems a deep bond has already begun to grow between you and Kay. I'd say it even gives my bond with your father one for its money.
No, it's not that deep. She just gives barging into my state of affairs.
Yeah, that girl can be quite a handful. But I'm certain that something has changed inside you since you met her. I'm really jealous, you know. After all, I lost my old partner. That's why I need to find Kay right now. I know what. I don't want you to lose the bond like your uncle made it. Well then, I have a proposal. We have no idea where she is, and searching around blindly won't get us anywhere. Let's call her here and just put up a fucking billboard ad calling for her. In that case, why don't we try to search for the cause of her memory loss? Maybe that could give us a lead.
I see. That might be a good idea. From what she told me, something must have happened to her at the Grand Tower.
Right, that's it. Let's get going then. The top is available to the public. Hey, at the very least, could you stop looking so grim? If you stay that way, Kay probably won't want to come back at all.
Good grief, I'm no match for this man.
Oh, it's nighttime now. No, it's April. That's all it is.
6:42 p.m.
It's Bonnie on the right.
It seems like it's already dark.
It's up, still up in the day of the murder. You could admire the couple desperate. Oh, there's no one here. Looks like we got the place all to ourselves. The fuck do you mean no one else? There's old woman's clear off to the right.
To prove Kay's innocence, I'll need to investigate her lost memories.
Hey, let's go, Miles. Somebody's excited. We can just get the rope as much as we want. So, let's do what we can. I mean, the main case is now of his heart.
Do what we can, huh? I suppose that's all we can do for now.
Indeed. Oh, really?
The person in the red raincoat who was carrying of the tower. She said they came to watch her from the direction of the stand. From that, we can deduce Kay was pushed over the railing on this side. The railing is about as high as my chest. It's unlikely that somebody could fall from here accidentally. I don't see any particular problems with this railing. It's a cherry tree with the branches spread wide. The flowers are nearly in full bloom. According to Kay's testimony, before she was pushed, she was standing under the cherry tree.
We did see those leaves in the flashback, but those aren't necessarily fully canon.
It's a statue of a pony sparkling in the twilight.
Reminds me of the third case from the last game.
The statue has wings. Perhaps it's a Pegasus, the flying horse of myth. No, there's a horn on its head. Could it be a legendary unicorn? But I thought unicorns didn't have wings. What's this? There's a plague on the bottom. The thread for its work is written on the plague. A magical contradiction. I suppose the only part of this work I was able to understand was the contradiction part.
That was silly, I like it. I wonder which came first, that joke or the art? Did they decide that thing first and then come up? Then realized that Pegasus don't have horns, or did they white dog first?
If you insert the coin, you can use these binoculars to get a nice view of that city. I'm sure if Kay were feeling better, she'd be happily glued to them. For her sake, I must thoroughly examine every nook and cranny of this viewing platform.
Well, there's these two obvious ones.
Mr. Edward, shall we meet again?
What are you two doing here?
Well, we came all this way, so I thought we'd buy some cotton candy.
And what about you? You want to get the wrong idea about you?
I forgot her voice already.
Do not worry, I will decide my own actions.
You're just an outward ex-prosecutor. It's no wonder you got those acts.
Wait, what? You got fired?
You didn't need and concerned with what happened to me.
Are you sure? Oh yeah, what happened to Kay? Huh? Was there some sort of trouble between you two? Anything I can do to help? How about an injection?
Random offers for injection, I like that.
It's fine. Injections are answer to everything.
Alright, it's getting cold, isn't it? Let's go home. Well then, Mr. Atwell, let's meet again soon.
Hold it, no. They just were here. We learned absolutely nothing from that. Okay, interesting choice.
This TV seems to be used for showing advertisements for the companies at the Grand Tower. Right now it's just showing regular television programs though.
What's it connected?
Wait, what am I watching this for? The Steel Summit is on air today.
I can't see the shopkeeper, I see behind the banner.
Well, sir, how about some heavenly cotton candy? Heaven's tear or tear?
Dear Heaven's Tear. Did they name themselves after the shape of the clouds you can see from here?
Fully tear then.
With terror,
Okay.
We tear a regular piece of cotton candy in half and sell it without changing the price.
Bruh.
That's why the name is Heaven's Tear. We tear the cost in half while crying tears of joy.
If the customers knew that, they would be crying tears of sorrow.
Is that... Excuse my ass? Okay. Okay, he's up here. She was in the fucking tree. You know, when I saw the tree, I considered saying something about it'd be easy to get over the fence if they fell from the tree, but there was no, that's stupid. Although the idea of the cave being in the trees isn't that weird.
Oh. Okay. Don't mind me. I was just admiring the view from beneath the tree. Did you just fall out of that tree? I didn't mean to fall. My foot slipped. You're a suspect and yet you remained at the crime scene. That's not a smart thing to do. Even if you have memory loss, shouldn't you have realized this much?
Where would she go otherwise?
This whole time, while you were playing this silly game of hide and seek, I've been worried sick about you. Are you angry with me? Of course I am. Answer me, what were you doing here? Did you think I'd let you off the hook that easily just because you have memory loss? That's not it. I came here because I thought I could get you your pets back. What? If I don't regain my memories, you'll never get it back. I thought that if I went back to where I lost my memories, then maybe I would remember. If I could just remember killing her.
That's nice, man.
You're still the same as you were before you lost your memories. Your thoughts and actions have always exceeded my expectations. Without a doubt, you are the Cape Verde I know so well. However, I cannot approve of your recklessness. I understand.
God. You can see your style points, Miles. I'm like negative points. Wait, fuck off. Yeah, that's how it's done. Okay, how about the hug?
Okay.
Oh, well, then.
Mr. Shields, indeed.
It was just a joke. Honest.
I believe that about zilch.
We interrupt this program with a breaking news about the Parent Tower murder case. The police believe the culprit is a teenage girl who was present at the crime scene. She remains at large as the police continue to search for her whereabouts.
Oh dear, this is getting pretty serious. Well, gang, what's the plan? We don't have much time.
In the end, it's only a matter of time before they find us here.
So then, why don't you tag along with us for a while, okay?
But I'll just cause trouble for you again. It pains me to say this, but I've got nothing left to lose at this point. It's worth.
That settles it. We're all in this together now. Miles, you're in charge of providing case and proving the case innocence. Failure is not an option.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, I want you to help Miles with this investigation. As much as you can.
What day is it? This is my fuck up with the recording. Please don't fuck up with the recording. Good. Yes, I'll do my best.
Let's be quick about it, before the cops find us here. Unlike some people, Uncle Waste has a lot to lose. Yes, if I lose the officers, I'll never be able to face Gregory.
This man, I'm glad he's on our side. Yes, can I help you with something? This letter, it's a promise I made, right? If we can call conspiring into commit a crime, a promise, then yes. A crime. But I was the one who wrote the letter, right? This letter is not handwritten. We cannot be certain that you wrote it. Okay, it's not handwritten. Is that so? I am terribly sorry. Even if you gave me that, I still don't remember anything about you. No, I was meant to give it to you. I came back here because I thought I might remember something. Could you again go over what you told me before? Well, it was raining, so I stood under the cherry tree to take shelter. And then a person in the raincoat appeared. That person pushed me and I fell.
I don't think she said they were in a red raincoat before, she just said they were dressed in red. Red raincoat should jog Ezra's memory.
Can you tell me anything about the person in the raincoat? I'm sorry, I don't remember that much. No, wait. As the person approached me, I saw the moon just over their shoulder.
Time, okay. And that allows us to figure out the time.
The moon? Yes, that's right. It's just a faint memory, but...
Well, that would imply that they were coming from a different direction. Or they were carrying something that she mistook for the moon.
I think the moon was in the exact same spot as it is now. It was floating just above the cherry tree.
She could see the moon behind the figure in the raincoat. This is a new piece of testimony, I'll be sure to keep it in mind.
Mr. Edgeworth, for a while now, I feel like I'm at the verge of remembering something.
What? Is that true? Well then, please speak freely. Say whatever comes to your mind.
Okay. I remember a faint scent. It was a wonderful smell coming from of a food stall. I followed the fragrance, only to find a perfectly sculpted burger, resting on 2 golden buns.
Fuck, now I'm getting Maya vibes again.
The tender and juicy body made my taste buds swing with joy. Yes, I can remember what I thought at that moment. I wanted seconds.
I don't think this memory has anything to do with the case.
Unless they are Maya. But come up with the correct reason.
You called yourself the great thief Yadagarasu.
I like the idea of this not being Kay. Maya has paler skin than this is the problem. Kay has more yellow skin than Maya.
You pride yourself on being a noble thief who steals the truth.
Forgot for a second that Edgeworth doesn't have the cracky voice.
Do you remember anything about that?
Maybe I was called a noble thief because I won a Nobel Prize.
Well, that's Nobel, not noble. And they don't give prizes for thievery. That's funny.
I'd given up on the Maya theory until that point, really. God damn it. I don't think there's ever been anything about burgers with Kay.
I can't see a clear connection between these two pieces of information.
She saw the moon over them. Won't that make what Kay over the other side? I can't believe this incident is already on the news. I wonder how they got wind of it. Maybe they're doing a live report from the helicopter over there. Oh great, it's gonna be on TV! Oh, make sure to tune in!
What does she think at a time like this?
Yep, we saw this.
If you insert a coin, you can use this binoculars to get a nice view of the city. I'm sure if Kay were feeling better, she'd be happily glued to them.
Okay, I just wonder how that would change. It said if Kay were here, obviously, right?
It's a statue of a creature with the body of a lion and the wings of a bird. What are those things called?
I forget what those are called.
These statues seem to be calling their entrance to the peaceful park. It's an immaculate work, down to the last detail, but since it looks so fearsome, wouldn't it find a way to visitors to the park?
It's a very nice looking park.
got a bit to the... That's well. What? I feel like what I thought should have worked. It doesn't say right here that I think about the moon being above the territory. If I recall case testimony, a person in a red raincoat approached her from behind the candy stand. Then this person supposedly pushed Kale over the railing opposing the stand. Moreover, Kay says he saw the moon over the person's shoulder. However, AAI confirmed that the moon is floating in the opposite direction, and on the night Kay lost her memories, it seems the moon was in the exact same spot.
So why is it that connecting where was Kane standing and the thing about the moon this doesn't prop this up?
Therefore, the positions of the moon and the person in the raincoat don't match up. Her memories have probably become confused. After all, had she actually been pushed over the railing, she couldn't have survived the fall. Perhaps I should question Kay's memory of where she fell.
She mistook the cotton candy for cherry blossom, I see. She mistook the cotton candy for cherry blossom.
Kay was not pushed over the railing on this side. After all, if you fell from here, you wouldn't even be alive in the first place. But I'm certain I was standing under the cherry tree. If I fell, then the only place I could have fallen was over the railing.
Well, maybe the ground just opened up from under you and swallowed you up.
The ground here can open up? How?
No, it's just a joke, eh? Please don't take it so seriously.
No, strange as it may sound, that might actually be the truth, excuse me. Even if it's only a small chance, it matters not. Let's try searching the area around the tree.
What?
Oh, Kay could not have fallen over the railing. There must... Alright. We can check if that's important or not. In a rush. Well, okay, we're ending it here now.